Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am going to do Crosswind landings today, and I'm here in Cambridge Airfield. And the reason that I'm at Cambridge is because in fact on Friday I'm going to be doing a 40-minute flight from Cambridge Airfield in real in a Cessna 172, and I hope to capture some kind of video of that. I'm not sure exactly how much video I'm going to be able to get, but something hopefully for you guys to see. And before I take off, let me just take my passengers out. Which one is it? Which one? Where are you? Where are you? Come on. There we go. There we go. Nice and light. I don't have VATSIM on, I don't have Plan G on. Well, I do have Plan G, but it's in the background. And no air traffic, no nothing. It's just me in the world, so I don't have to worry about anything other than the crosswind. And the crosswind is 293 degrees at 9 knots, I believe. At least that's what I set it to. And I don't have any clouds or anything because they cut my frame rates. My frames are running nicely at about 17 to 20 frames a second. So another reason why I have there we go, and you can already see the crosswind influence there. Let's get my trim right. Another reason why I'm coming from Cambridge today is that I've decided that I'm going to try and become an ATC controller in VATSIM, and I want to train to control Cambridge Airfield. So I'm going to join the Essex RTS and train with them for a bit, and then hopefully transfer to the Cambridge Airfield and do some VFR ATC for my VFR friends over at Kicks VFR Club. And of course any of you folks who are learning VFR VATSIM, if you've been watching my videos, sometime in the future, not straight away, but sometime in the future, you'll have the opportunity of maybe coming into Cambridge and having some ATC by me. I'm very busy right now, which is why I haven't uploaded many videos recently. I'm in third year of university, and I have what is called a dissertation, which is a very scary word. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, I'll admit. If I told you exactly how many words I have for my dissertation and exactly what workload I have, you'd probably laugh at me and tell me how lazy I am and how much more work that you guys do have than I do. But there we are. Each course is different. I'm doing a degree in TV and film production. Yeah, so that's fun. So coming on my downwind now. The wind is coming from that direction over there. That's the A14 below me there, and that's the River Cam. Okay, so as to crosswind landings, I've had a few remarks from you folks watching my videos about my landings, and up until now I haven't really taken crosswind landings very seriously. Should be more of a final than that, or more of a base leg than that. Alright, get some flaps down. I'm not like doing a proper circuit or anything. I'm just alright. My engine down at about almost 1100 revs there. Losing over 1500 feet per minute, so I'm coming in very hot here. but it's okay. And there's the A14. It's a yeah. I think it's the is it the A14? I don't know what it is. I'll have a look on the map later. Okay, coming down now. I've got, what is it, 1 notch of flaps in. And this is basically a crab, which is not pointing your nose at the runway, it's pointing your nose into the wind to stay on the center line. And as you can see, I'm off the center line there, so I'm just banking ever so slightly to bring me back on. And I want to touch down about 65 to 70 knots. And as we're just about to come into the flare, I will uncrab myself and hold the plane on the center line as best I can. So here it comes. A little bit of side, side. Yeah. Right. Now coming out, like so, and left aileron or right aileron into the wind. A little bit of left rudder. So let's just take off, and I'll come around and I'll show you another method of doing a crosswind landing as well. Whoop. Yeah, so I'll be flying from Cambridge Airfield, most likely in the Cessna in the Cambridge Aero Club there that they have, which is it's Golf Romeo Charlie. That's its hyphenated call sign. I can't remember its full call sign, but Golf Romeo Charlie. So, and usually they have GoPros on the inside of the plane, and they capture the flight for you. But at the moment they're in the middle of updating their video system. Not quite sure what that means, but they're doing it. And unfortunately, that might mean that I do not get the privilege of having it recorded for me. But of course, being a student in TV and film production, I have a camera of my own that I'm hopefully going to try and use to set up and capture some sort of video. The one thing that I won't be able to capture by myself though is the audio dialogue on the comm system between me and the instructor and ATC. That's what I'd really love to show you guys. I really want to ask the guy when I do it if he'll let me do some ATC, but I don't know. He may, since I'm not qualified by any means, he may just say for safety reasons he'll do all of the air traffic control communications, and I'll get to fly the plane. So it's basically a 40-minute adventure flight, they're called, where you pay and you get to go up for 40 minutes with an instructor and have a go flying the plane. So it's, for me, I'm doing it because I'm considering going into aviation as a career, or some sort of a career. So this on Friday is going to be a bit of a taster. I already feel that I'm going to love it immensely. Let me see, is that I don't, that's bugging me now. That I don't think that's the A14. It could be the A14. No, no, yes, it is the A14. Load is off to my 1 o'clock. I know, I got my bearings now. Right, under about 80 knots, put one notch of flaps in. Oh, runway's over there. Let's see if I can do a more gradual descent here to the field. And if you look at my trim, I've got my left hand on my control column, or my SATEC throttle quadrant, controlling my throttle and my trim tab. Oh, if only Mel could see me now. Okay, so coming on to a short final now. let's just establish center line. Center line is about there. Okay, instead of pointing my nose into the wind, this second method is actually pointing my nose directly at the runway, as if it was a no crosswind landing at all, and then notching in some left rudder. So I'm doing a shallow bank into the wind, but I'm doing crosswind. I'm ruddering out of the wind, and that actually, if you look up a close outside view of the back of the plane, you can see the rudder there, and you can see my bank. That's keeping the plane banking or curving into the wind, but my rudder is ruddering me in the opposite direction. So what that does is that counteracts the torque of the plane, and it keeps me going straight. And basically the way to get out of this is, as I come down, as I come to touchdown, I bring the rudder central just before I hit the ground. Right hand wheel will touch down first, like so. Whoop, little bounce, hold it, and both of them are down. And then ailerons full right, full bank right, as you see my. And that, I've been told, helps to keep your plane, or helps to keep the airflow that's coming across me from the right hand side from coming underneath my wing, my right wing, right there, and pushing on my plane. So that's basically the two different types of or different methods of crosswind approaches. The touchdown itself is like any other touchdown, but what you do, if you do the crab method, you have to straighten out, as I showed you in the first attempt, you have to straighten out just before you touch down, which is what you'll see most people doing. It's slightly more difficult to do. Oh dear, I'm fouling my spark plugs there. I was on about 600, 700 revs. What was I saying? What you'll see most people do, even like the airliners, they will do the crab method, and then at the last minute they will flatten themselves out. They'll bring themselves back onto the center line. They'll whack in that rudder, flip the plane, or just kind of skew the plane to the left or the right, and then bring them onto center line and then land, pointing down the runway. That's the slightly more difficult way of landing. The easier way of landing, or for beginners, would be to give that slight left or right bank and the opposite rudder, like I was saying, and establish your nose directly on the center line all the way of the approach, so that you never get off that center line. And that means that you don't have to do the potentially complex maneuver of uncrabbing yourself just before you touch down. It means that for the entire approach, the entire final, you will be you're always pointing in exactly the right direction on the center line. So there's less mental stuff going on in the seconds before you touch down. There are a few videos I've watched on this, on crosswind landings, which I will put in a link in the descriptions below, which I think you'll find very helpful. Which will probably, there's one video which is very helpful. Probably it'll explain things better than I've been able to here. But for future reference, when I'm doing my videos, when it comes to the landing, I will always be trying to do it kind of like what I've done now. Those two separate methods for crosswind landing, I believe, are the two generally accepted techniques. But yeah, so it was a short video. It wasn't like an hour-long VATSIM VFR video, but they will come later. I'll get a few more of those out. But I'm really looking forward to training as an ATC controller for Cambridge Airfield, and of course, as I start training for that, I will of course be uploading videos of VATSIM ATC So hopefully you'll get a very nice mixed channel of both ATC on VATSIM as well as piloting on VATSIM. So you get the two sides of the same thing. I think it's going to help me a lot in my piloting in VATSIM, to be able to train as an ATC controller and understand what they're doing on their computers in their little worlds. But yeah, to keep it short and sweet, that was just a few Crosswind landings, and I'll have a look at the links in the description below. Hope to see you soon, folks. The next video after this one I hope to upload is any video that I'm able to shoot of the actual 40-minute flight I take from Cambridge. So really looking forward to that, and looking forward to showing you anything that I can glean from that. And I'll see you later, folks. So bye.